Our boy did it. He actually got a harem in his new life. One small step for man, one giant leap for weeb kind. Not one, not two, but 3 wives. This video will contain some heavy spoilers. So if you're waiting for the manga or anime to catch up, I recommend that you skip this video. Okay, so if you stuck around, let's get started. How did Rudeus achieve this, and who are these women? An important thing I want to mention is that he actually loves them equally as his wives. That's why he married them. He never thought of them as concubines, which are treated as a lower status than wives. Wife number 1, Sophiette, or Sophie for short. Rudeus met Sophie when they were just kids, and to his surprise, she was not the boy that he thought she was. Sophie and Rudeus had a close relationship ever since their childhood. With Rudeus teaching her magic to defend herself from bullies, that relationship grew stronger. When they were separated by Rudeus's father Paul, they promised to reunite 5 years later at the Renoa Magic Academy. After 8 long years, they finally reunited in the light novel. But Sophie changed so much that Rudeus didn't recognize her at first. After a series of encounters, Rudeus finally realized that Sophie was indeed his childhood friend that he once knew, and they continued their relationship. Sophie and Rudeus eventually got married and had 2 children, Lucy and Sieghart. Sophie is known for her sweet and caring nature, and she has a deep love for Rudeus. Throughout the series, she has been a constant source of support for Rudeus, and their relationship is one of the central themes of the story. Not to mention, as his first wife, it was through her kindness that Rudeus was allowed to get 2 more wives. Like, how nice can you be? Roxy and Rudeus have a unique relationship, which started when Rudeus was just 3 years old and Roxy became his magic teacher. Rudeus in his previous life was a shut-in that stayed cramped up in his room for a long time. Roxy helps Rudeus overcome this fear of the outside world and teaches him magic, even extremely high level magic. Over the years, they continued to communicate through letters, and Rudeus holds Roxy in very high regard, even worshipping her as his goddess, which was pretty fucking weird to me. They finally reunite after many years apart in the Begarit continent inside the teleport labyrinth. Just as Roxy was about to be killed by a dungeon monster, Rudeus casts an ice spell to kill all the monsters and save her. Roxy doesn't initially recognize Rudeus. He's tall, handsome, strong, everything that she dreamed of. So, of course, she wouldn't remember the little kid that she once taught many years ago. But she quickly realized, and then from there, their relationship continued. Roxy was there for Rudeus during his grieving process after the loss of his father, and she comforts him with a physical relationship. So apparently, sex helps you not be sad anymore. Eventually, Roxy becomes Rudeus's second wife, and they have 2 daughters together, Laura and Lily. Despite their unconventional start, Rudeus and Roxy have a strong and loving relationship built on respect and trust. And in the series, they work together to overcome challenges and support each other through the good times and bad times. Wife number 3, Eris Boreas Greyrat. The 2 first met when Rudeus was 7 years old and Eris was 9. Rudeus was hired to teach Eris language, magic, and mathematics, and would be paid quite a good amount. The initial plan for him was to earn enough money to let him and Sophie study at the Renoa Magic University. However, after the teleport incident, where everyone in the Asura Kingdom and Fetor region were displaced randomly around the world, Rudeus and Eris landed in the Biegor region in the Demon Continent. They became close and traveled together through the Demon Continent and Melis Continent to finally reach their home. After their trip, they had their first time together, and when Rudeus wakes up, Eris is gone the next morning, leaving him in a state of depression. However, they eventually reunite when Rudeus is fighting Orsted for the second time in the series. Just when Rudeus was about to lose, Eris comes in between them to protect him, and Eris in the future becomes a strong and capable swordswoman and often serves as Rudeus's partner in their adventures. She's also referred to as the Mad Sword King Eris. She helps Rudeus during the fight for the crown in the Asura Kingdom, defeating North Emperor Auber along with Ghislaine. During the final fight with Geese, she takes on sword god Galfarian together with Rudyard, splitting away from Rudeus. They have 2 children together, Ars and Christina. Throughout the story, Eris and Rudeus have a strong bond and are often there for each other in good time and bad times. Eris is a reliable and supportive partner for Rudeus, and their relationship is also a key aspect of the story. Let me know who your favorite is. They all have their pluses and minuses, but for me, I think it would be Eris. She's just so badass.